Everybody, welcome to week 6. All right, we're almost at the end here. Week 6, week 7, and week 7.5. And that puts us right in front of Christmas, which is nice. Something to look forward to, something to shoot for, something to celebrate once this long term is over. Frankly, it's not that long. It goes pretty quickly, but you get what I mean. It's been a rough fall for, I think, pretty much everybody. And I think you need something to look forward to. Finishing this term, celebrating with your family, even if the celebrations are going to be different, those are things that I think we all desperately need. You're almost there. You're almost there, which is nice. Now, this week we're going to take a bit of a departure, and we're not going to talk specifically about Microsoft Office app or program. We are going to be doing an Excel assignment, but we're going to be focusing on something. We're going to kind of step back, if you will, and we're going to focus on browsers and the use of browsers on the web. Browsers are a kind of software. So you remember way back, week 1, week 2, we talked about the differences between hardware and software. Browsers, just like Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, that's all software. Now, browsers are certain programs that allow us to interact on the web. More to say about that in the lecture, but also that's going to require us to talk a little bit about what the web itself is. Now, that's going to be in the lecture, but I'm going to do another video about that. There is actually a difference, a key difference between the web and the internet. Now, the two of them go together, go hand in hand. Just like software and hardware, you need to have one has to have the other, right? So the web and the internet, we're going to say more about that in another video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But basically, browsers are allowing us to engage with information on the web, on web pages of all kinds. We're going to focus on 3 in particular: Safari, Firefox, and Chrome. Now, those aren't the only 3 browsers that are out there. There's lots of different ones. In fact, right now I'm on Edge. This is Microsoft's browser. On my computer, I actually took Chrome off a long time ago, and I installed Edge. I had Edge installed already, but I also installed something called Brave, which is a very secure browser. It's a very privacy-friendly browser, and that's been put out by some of the people who actually developed Firefox. And so those are browsers that I really like. Those are the ones that I tend to gravitate toward the most. Now you're going to learn kind of the pros and cons, kind of the good, the bad, and the ugly about these different browsers. A lot of students will say, well, Chrome is the only one I've ever used, so I don't really care. And if you're an Apple user, you say Safari is it. I don't really even look at anything else. So this is an opportunity for you to kind of challenge yourself to look at different browsers and what they have to offer. What do they do beyond just let me click around, and get to Facebook or get to YouTube or what have you? What else do they offer? What about security? What about privacy? What about speed? What about the different kind of features that they have? These things called extensions or add-ons. So this is something that we're going to be able to talk about in discussion this week. You'll learn about in the lecture as well. So that's kind of primarily going to be what we're talking about this week, is browsers and what they do. We are going to have 2 assignments. One is an Excel assignment. So we're not done with Excel yet. I know I kind of teased this a little bit last week. You're going to get into an Excel assignment. You're going to work with charts and graphs. It's an easy assignment, kind of fun, but it's an opportunity to challenge yourself, if you haven't done it already, to do some sort of kind of table and then a chart based on that table in Excel. Again, not very difficult. For most students, they get through this pretty comfortably. Obviously, if you have any questions, let me know. So that's one assignment. The other assignment is going to be a reflection on browsers. And so you're going to talk a little bit about kind of your browser of choice, why it is your browser of choice. Hopefully you're going to get to some level of depth with that. And then you're also going to say, after I learned everything that I've learned about kind of browsing the web, am I going to change any of my browsing habits? That's one thing that I want you to focus on in that reflection as well. And this is one that often gets a lot of very thoughtful commentary from students. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing what you all have to say there. I'm going to have another video that's going to be in this week's discussion, as we've been doing, week in and week out. So make sure you watch that, and also keep an eye out for another additional discussion thread. You guys have really been eating this stuff up. You've really been enjoying them, and I've been enjoying them too. So I'm going to do another one of those, and hopefully we'll be able to get into some interesting conversations there. I'm also going to do another video. Keep an eye out for it, probably in a couple of days, in which I talk more about what the difference is between the web and the internet. We talked about hardware, software, how they're different things, but they have to go together. Web and the internet, same. They're different things, but one does require the other. And I think a lot of students just don't even realize that. They just kind of think that those terms are interchangeable, and they're not. So we'll have a little bit more to say about that. That's basically the week in a nutshell. So if you have any questions, folks, any comments, concerns, I know we're at the end of the term, so some of you may be concerned about late work or your grades. Let me know, okay? You can email me, you can call or text me. Remember, 585-433-5871. You can do that too. Basically, you can reach me anytime, folks. And we'll see where the week takes us. Thanks.